Hey everyone, Mechanic Bob here on a beautiful sunny yet rainy day in Taos, New Mexico. We are going to do the front brakes on this 1989 Ford Econoline. This is the passenger side. We did the driver's side yesterday. It took me all day to do it. So now I got a good idea how to do it, and I'll try to be more thorough with my YouTube video. Stay tuned. Here are the tools you will need for this job. Well, you don't really need these. You just need this one. 3/8 wrench. That'll be for your bleeder valve on your caliper. Once you get there, get some new brake hardware because you might fuck up these pins that you need to hit out of the caliper, which is why you need these screwdrivers. It's good to have a little like a hammer chisel. You gotta get a hammer and something to poke these pins out from the calipers, loosen them. Definitely get some needle nose pliers to pinch these suckers down, and some other pliers. What else? C-clamp for pushing the caliper pistons down once you get the brakes off. And of course, get some Duralast gold brakes, especially if you're driving a big fancy rig like Harvey here. Alrighty, so let's get going. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do, I got this thing for the brake fluid that's gonna drain out. First thing we gotta do, loosen these lug nuts. Alright, so we're gonna do that while the vehicle is on the ground. Here we go. How's a bitch? These lug nuts are on there fucking tight. Got them loose though. To all those mechanics out there with their fucking whatever, compressor wrenches, socket sets, whatever the fuck they use. Don't tighten them so tight, alright? Almost got a goddamn hernia. I'm trying to loosen those bitches off, so please, don't tighten them too much, okay? Thank you. Okay, here we go. Got a little bottle jack in place on this, I believe the axle there. As close as I can to the tire. Got a nice railroad tie. Hold that in place. A cinder block. I don't know what that's for, but it's a cinder block. It's pretty nice. And we're gonna jack this puppy up. Let's go. Alright, got the tire off the ground there. Finish on doing that. Got her jacked up, but I'm gonna get my jack stands here. Good old hardy wood here. Just gonna wedge them up in there just in case that tiny little bottle jack does not do the job. But yeah. And there you have it, folks. Somewhat of a jack stand. I mean, it's not really holding the vehicle or anything, but in case it falls, hopefully that little thing of wood won't let it fall away. But yeah, it's just, you know, precautions. Just taking precautions. Yeah, let's check it out. Pads are kind of worn there. Getting down. Check the rotors here. Clean them up with some brake cleaner. There's brake line. New shocks, courtesy of Le Schwab tire. Thank you, boys. And yeah, I mean, everything looks pretty good under here. Let's start taking these pins out. That's what we need to do. Take these pins out. One here, one down there, and yeah, then we bleed it out. And so the thing is with these pins, you gotta get your needle nose pliers. You gotta pinch this down, and then you get your hammer and your screwdriver and you bang that sucker through. You could also try to do it from the backside, whichever's easier. But yeah, I can't really do it while I'm filming, so I will just show you once I get it started. And I almost forgot to take this little brake retainer thing off. Super easy, just falls out. And this thing is rusted to fuck, but don't really need that. Goes in the junk pile there. And still trying to bang this thing out. These little lips are pretty hard. It's easier when you have two people to do it, but you could do it with one person. It's just a bitch. Yep. Alright. Gonna keep knacking it. Alright, we got one of them out.
Axle was leaking out of
Ooh, got one of them. Now this bottom one, you definitely have to get it from the back.
drum brake.
Where is it?
And make
There it
this,
is.
like, super
Get it from the back.
gnarly concoction with the
And then you have to hit it forward because it won't come out because of this little bar is in the way. So you gotta hit it and have it come out this way, come out towards you on the front. Yeah, the bottom one's tricky. So it's like you gotta pry it from the back and pull it from the front. And hopefully it comes out.
Don't do this.
Don't do it this way.
Like, all you YouTube people, like, just, you'll figure out that shit gets complicated and you'll just start ripping shit.
That's why you buy new parts to replace them with.
Don't put this on YouTube, Rob. Isn't it like the worst fucking how-to video ever?
Alright, so as you can see, almost got this bottom pin out. So what we do is we get your little screwdriver and you put it in that hole there, and then you get your hammer and you bang on the end of it. Voila. Bam. Just like that. You get the second pin out. Boom. Cleared the junk pile. Now this caliper should be able to wiggle off. Alright, wiggled it a little loose. God dang it. It's hard to do this by yourself. Everyone's going camping. Harvey's not ready to go camping, but yeah, you just gotta wiggle this fucker and it comes off. I just decided to go at it with a hammer. Look at that. Bam. Now careful, you don't want to knock it down and have it fall down, because that'll fuck up your brake liner. So you just gotta tap, 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 and then it'll wiggle off, and then you can switch on the brakes. Yeah. Voila. Brake pads are off. Look how messed up they are. Got this one has a taper to it too. I don't know if my caliper pistons are pulling equal pressure, but you'll get like a little taper there. This one pretty thin. Yep, they need to be changed. That's what needs to happen. Gotta keep on it. Alright, now that you got the caliper off, wheel could freely spin. So we get that brake cleaner over here. And you want to clean your rotors off, spray it down, wipe it off. Clean your caliper pistons, which are these buddies here. And then we're gonna bleed this line out in order for us to squeeze down these pistons to put the newer, fatter pads on. Stay tuned. Alright, Mechanic Bob here is back. Sorry guys, had to take a break because the weather turned for the worse, and now it's very nice. Very nice day. Got my assist. Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh.
You know, you gotta have your margaritas when you're doing breaks. It's always helpful, and beer. So our last thing we gotta do is bleed this sucker out and push those caliper pistons in and put the new ones in. Here we go. Alright, so we put the caliper back in just to loosen up this bleeder valve, which is, oh, it's bleeding quite a bit, and it's kind of disgusting fluid. Oh shit, look at that go. So I'm gonna take it off and put the C-clamp back on it. We're gonna squeeze this sucker down and yeah, drain most of this fluid out and put the new ones on. Alright, as you can see, it is bleeding out there. We are slowly compressing that brake pad. That's an old brake pad. May I remind you, do not use your new brake pads to compress your caliper pistons. Use the old one. Use a C-clamp or two. In this case, it'd be better to use two. I only have one at my disposal, so I might have to compress one, move it to the other side, and compress the other one. Yeah, slowly you would drain that brake fluid. Look at how dirty it is. It's all burnt because those calipers take a lot of heat when you're applying a lot of pressure to the brakes. But always carry some more brake fluid so you can replenish your master cylinder at the top and keep that shit full. Alright, as you can see, this one caliper piston's pretty compressed. This brake pad's like almost all the way to the other side. So we're gonna move the C-clamp over to the other one Compress it down here. Keep that fucker bleeding. Eventually I'm gonna have to bleed the brakes properly to get all the air out, but not really worried about that right now. So I slid the C-clamp down. I'm gonna tighten it up. You'll see that sucker bleed mark as I tighten it. Oh yeah, look at gushing. Alrighty, so we bled this sucker out. All the cylinder or piston, what are they? Caliper pistons, yeah. Are all compressed. We got Sean here helping. And time to put the new pads in and the new hardware. Oh, there's the new hardware. Cool. All right, we're good. We're good. Cool. Here we go. Home stretch. Home stretch. Okay, we got it off. Boom, boom. Pistons down. Finally, we're going to tighten this nipple bleeder out. But I got my little brush set. AutoZone. $4, whatever. And I'm going to just take off some of the rust. Maybe do a little touch up here too. And then put the new brakes in. Okay, we're going to put a little brake lubricant on the back sides of the pads here, just to, you know, prevent a little dirt and grime here. I got a little bit on there. And we're going to slip them in, put this baby back together, and get her rolling. Okay, so we got the new pads in. Alright, took a little bit. They're all greased up in here. We're going to tighten the bleeder valve down. And then we're going to put our new hardware in. And after that, we're pretty much done. Replenish the brake fluid, put the tire on. We'll go from there. Yeah! Alright, here we go. Got the new hardware. Gonna bang it in. Hopefully they're... Oh, look at that. Nice and lubed up. See how things are so easy when they're nice and lubricated. Make sure these little doohickeys are facing the top on this one. And then they'll be opposite on the bottom on the bottom one. Hit them all the way in. These won't exactly line up just because the new pads need some adjustment. But we got that guy in. Gonna bang a little bit over here. Center it up. Bam. Bottom one in. Little flanges on the bottom. You're gonna have to use needle nose pliers, squeeze it in there. Hopefully, it won't be too difficult. That's where you get the hammer. There you go. Bam, slide that sucker in. And just nice and easy, just tap it very lightly. Get that puppy in there. Almost. Almost. And we're in. The last thing we have to do here is put this little brake, what is this, harness, little brake retainer in the back. And it just slides up in there. Nice and easy. Make sure these are all bent inward towards the brake. And you just kind of slide it and compress it and bam. And that's what a nice new brake looks like. Cheers. Alright, we're pretty much all done here. Everything's in. Rotating, we're going to put more brake fluid in it. Alright, we got it. Whew! Where's our air gun to blast these suckers on, you know? No, we don't need it, but I'm going to tighten these suckers up, lower it down, and then give it one more tighten up. Fill up the brake fluid, take it for a spin, see how it goes.